3 or 4 games before the end of the elimination round. So your top 2 teams will have a twice speed advantage, and that is what De La Salle University is trying to do. At the end of this elimination round, at least the top 2 para may advantage sila sa third and fourth qualifiers natin.
Importante itong game na to. And,
Exactly.
the UP Fighting Maroons, as we mentioned, they already have 8 losses. And most likely, they will not make the Final Four as their Toti Almeida was fouled driving to the basket. So they are playing the roles of spoilers.
But still, may motivation pa rin itong UP. One, of course, is they don't want to end the season at the cellars. Because of the win of NU earlier against Ateneo, UP now is in 8th place. And more than that, I think UP has lost 12 straight to La Salle dating back to the 1996-7 season. So medyo matagal na yun ang gusto break ng UP. Yung ganong kahabang streak, 12 straight losses against De La Salle.
The last time UP beat La Salle, it was in 1997.
That's right.
And that was a team with Brian Gahol, Paulo Mendoza, Ogie Gumatay, and Chico Serrano. Here's Cervantes, whose long shot does not go. Tang with a long rebound. Here comes the Green Archers. T.Y. Tang inside, the bounce pass, and that sails out of bounds. A little too late for the pass from T.Y. Tang.
Well, that's a common sight as early as the first quarter. La Salle will bring the ball down, but UP's defense always ready for the transition defense. So, nangyayari, even if UP commits a mistake on their offensive end, nababawi naman nila because of the tremendous transition defense. They have done it since the first quarter, and they're still doing it here in the third.
Mornensin takes the three, shoots a fadeaway. That's a tough shot for Mornensin. Cardona with the rebound. He's pushing it up for the Green Archers. They're down by 7. T.Y. Tang wants motion offense. Ahead to Cardona from the corner. Magna Cardona long on the three-pointer. Marvin Cruz gets it. He's got T.Y. Tang to beat. Crossover move. Inside. Blocked away by Aquino. But he did get some body. So he'll be called to the foul.
So that scrappy play once again, his ability to dribble at high speed and use his dribbling expertise to extricate from a very tight situation. That is what Marvin Cruz did. He was quite open on that one, but no easy basket for Marvin Cruz. That was a hard foul by Aquino. That's the way to do it. If you want to foul for as long as you're going for the basketball, no end-one opportunities on that play for Marvin Cruz, but he made sure he will make that first free throw. If there's one thing that Coach Lito Vergara should be proud of, it's the way his players are shooting their free throws.
Somebody who's proud right now, and he's all smiles, is Michelle Sarceau from the UP Live. What's the report there, Michelle?
Coach Stefan wants to good recovery for his team during the first half. But they still have to watch out for their errors, especially turnovers, which they had a lot of in the first half. But they have to prepare because they know that La Salle will fight back. So they're expecting tighter defense offense, but UP's up to the challenge, and they're out to show it. Now back to you, Jude and Ryan.
Thank you very much, Michelle. Here's T.Y. Tang pushing it up against Toti Almeida, and the blocking foul will be called on Almeida.
Second personal foul will be called against Toti Almeida. Just going back to the point of Michelle earlier, UP turned the ball over 15 times, so that's a potential 30 points because De La Salle really pounces on the turnovers that you commit against them. But still, it's good for UP because La Salle only scored 4 fast break points, so even if they turn the ball over, for as long as they make the stops on the conversion or in transition, okay pa sila pagdating sa depensa. Mapuprostrate pa nila yung points of attack ng La Salle offensively.
UP still has a 9-point lead, so La Salle has not made any headway so far here in the third quarter. T.Y. Tang with the ball. Three-point area against Marvin Cruz. Bounces it inside to Manny Ramos. Manny Ramos against J.R. Reyes. Stops the fadeaway jumper from the baseline. Cuts the lead to 7. Ramos with 8 points now. Okay. Toti Almeida. Out to Mornensin. Mornensin dribbles in. Out to Cervantes from the baseline. Shot at Cervantes. Gives UP a 9-point lead once again.
10 points already for Josan Cervantes. Again, another guy scoring heavily coming off the bench. The other one was Lucy David, who scored 9 points at the end of 2 quarters. But UP, another thing that they're doing right and they're doing well is that they're putting the captain Mac Cardona. Oh, I spoke too soon.
Well, Mac Cardona getting the offensive rebound after the miss by Jerwin Gaffo. That's the lead to 7 once again. They're trading baskets here in the third quarter. Marvin now by Cardona. Cruz with the ball. Wants to go inside. Gives it to Bordenfin instead. Takes the three. The drive inside. Out to Marvin Cruz. Long jumper. In and out. Long rebound taken by J.B. Caso. Caso pushing it up. Trying to cut it to 5. J.B. Caso. Todo pass to Manny Ramos for 2 points. The UP Fighting Maroons have called a timeout here. Coach Tito Vergara looking for the foul from the last play. But the Green Archers have cut the lead to 5 points here against the Fighting Maroons. We have a timeout. So for that big date with Selecta Cornetto, like UAAP's couple of the game, that's Mika Hosaka and Gerald Reyes. They've been best friends for 3 years and share a lot of similar qualities, like eating the same kinds of food and watching all kinds of flicks. Get a chance to win a new Volkswagen Beetle and other prizes with a Big Date text to win promo. To join, just text Big Date and the code in Cornetto Lids to 2366. That's Mika and Gerald. Lobster's pass goes right to Franz Kumaren. Problem is, Franz Kumaren is not in the Fighting Maroon squad, so that's a turnover. Here's an amazing fast break for the Green Archers. J.B. Caso giving it to Manny Ramos, who gets the 2 points and cuts the lead to 5 for our Milo amazing fast break.
It's a double black eye for UP coming off that huddle. They turned the ball over, but this is the worst exchange for them. Marvin Cruz still down on the floor and clutching his left knee. And we've talked about the series of injuries that hounded this team. We've talked about their leading scorer, Kenneth Robin, missing the rest of the season with an injured knee as well. And I hope everything is fine for Marvin Cruz.
Bam, that's what happened. Well, Marvin's knee collided with, I think it's Mark Benito or Gakko. Yeah, it was Gakko who collided it from that replay, looked like, with Marvin Cruz. And yeah, hopefully, definitely, he is okay for the Fighting Maroons.
Well, aside from Kenneth Robin, they're missing the services of Victor Epret, who's also suffering from a knee injury, and also John Benson, who's suffering from an ACL injury. So a lot of knee injuries suffered by the wards of Coach Tito Vergara.
Wow. So Jojo Tabique now takes over for Marvin Cruz, trips it off his foot, but he picks up his dribble. Tabique, the pass, almost stolen by J.D. Caso. 7 on the shot clock. Ibanez cross court. Tabique for 3. That's short. Battle for the rebound. Take it. And last touch by Cervantes.
And no semblance of offensive set because of the tremendous pressure of LaSalle. And this is what really LaSalle is known for. They will not let you score on the offense that you run. Turn over a 5-point lead. Itong nahabol ng LaSalle. They have a big chance. This shot by Mac.
Cardona missing the 3-point shot. Ibanez, the long defensive rebound. Ibanez ahead to David. David, nothing there. Double team. Shoots anyway and backs it in.
This guy is awesome. He's not that tall. He's barely 6'3", but the way he plays inside, he's got a good touch for a guy who's playing underneath, and kayang-kaya niya makascore even against the outstretched arms of the taller players from De La Salle. 11 points, all coming off the bench, and not only that, he's shooting close to 70% from the field. But J.B. Casio answering back with a 3-point shot.
Is that a 3-pointer or just a 2? I saw the referee signal 2 points, but we'll see later. It might have been a 3-pointer. Here's J.B. Caso stepping back, and you can't tell from that angle, but I guess they're going to give him 3.
Right.
Brought to you by Lipton, the official iced tea of the UAAP. You got a timeout, or just a technical foul? So Cervantes will be shooting technical free throw. So he's the one who hit the 3-pointer. Cervantes hits the free throw. So Mac Cardona, I think, got the technical foul. So Cervantes' second free throw. And we mentioned the injury to Marvin Cruz. And And I think Michelle Sarto has an update on that injury. Michelle?
Yeah, you saw Marvin Cruz fall down on Carter earlier this game, but fortunately he just bumped his knees together and he will be able to play. He's just cooling down there and he'll be back for the fourth quarter. Back to you, Jude and Ryan.
So that's good news for UP. Ibanez gives it to Cervantes. They have lots of time on the shot clock here, so they can really set the play. Ibanez with the ball out to Cervantes. The drive inside, and it's going to be a traveling violation on Cervantes.
So turnover once again, missed opportunity for UP. Another second motion by Macardona. He will be reprimanded by the referee. And another tech for Macardona will mean automatic ejection for him. So he has to watch out because the referee is really, the eyes of them are really concentrated on Macardona.
Cardona with the ball out to T.Y. Tang. He shoots the three-pointer, hits the three-pointer. So T.Y. Tang has cut the lead to 2. UP with the ball, a precarious 2-point lead against the Green Archers. Ibanez inside to J.R. Reyes. The drive inside. Reyes backs it in.
Once again, because of that lunge of Manny Ramos, it created an open driving lane for J.R. Reyes. I like the way J.R. Reyes now is attacking the basketball. He's not afraid to mix bodies against the LaSalle players.
Gasco inside to Jerwin Gacko against Cervantes. Double team. Gacko short on the shot. Taken by Ibanez. UP the lead in the ball. Ibanez pushing it up against Cardona. Back to Tabique, who sets it up. 48-44 our score. Inside they go to J.R. Reyes. Double team by T.Y. Tang. Cross court to David. Out to Tabique. Inside to Cervantes. Turn around, fade away. Doesn't go. And Cardona gets the rebound. Here comes LaSalle once again. Cardona gets past Tabique. Cardona shoots against David. Missing the shot. Reyes with the rebound. So both teams missing shots here, back and forth. UP still a 4-point lead, and looks like Manny Ramos is injured all the way in the backcourt. UP has the advantage inside. J.R. cannot take advantage though, and we're going to have an injury timeout. Ramos is in pain all the way on the UP side, and we're going to have a timeout here. Ramos does not look good here. We'll sort this out when we return after a short break. Don't go away.
Your cold serving of
Back at the Araneta Coliseum, Levin Jomampos and Kay Johnson are our close-up twosome of this game. Levin is a funny one, and while Kay is a very serious girl, but both of them are smiling, which is good for our close-up twosome brought to you by Close-Up, closing the gap with Close-Up. And Manny Ramos still in vain, and they're going to try to ice it up here. Ramos is on the middle of your screens here. Here's the box out by Ibanez, and there's the play, and Ramos all of a sudden just kind of holds on to his arm, and there's a 3-point shot for the Green Archers that cuts the lead down to 1 point.
Was that the second three-pointer of J.P. Casio here in the third quarter rather, and that was a big one because UP's lead is now down to 1, and the pressure now is on UP. This is really the part of the game wherein masusubukan yung kanilang resiliency. They've been up in the previous games, even at the end of the third quarter, pero usually dito sila nawawala ng kumpiyansa.
There's going to be a traveling violation, I believe, on Joseph Yo. As UP will get this ball back, they still have a 1-point lead, but the momentum has shifted to the Green Archer side. Ibanez gets it across. Ahead to Tabique. Here's that little nice 3-point shot by J.V. Casio. Cross court to Tabique for 3. Kaboom! Johnson Tabique puts it back to a 4-point lead for the UP Fighting Maroons.
Well, that was a big shot once again. Because of the height advantage of Reyes against the Doppler, nakikita niya kung sino yung open man. Kailangan talaga ma-shoot consistency ni Tabique, pero nabawi naman agad yung T.Y. Tang.
T.Y. Tang now with 10 points in the game. Hitting that shot, lead down to 1 once again. Ibanez against Casio, cross court to Tabique, to a cutting David. David nothing there, inside they go. Cervantes inside, his shot nothing, but a foul will be called. That's the 4th personal foul now. Sharma. Here's that Lipton Ice Tea 3-point shot for CY Tang. His third now, actually his second of the ball game. Brought to you by Lipton, the official iced tea of the UAAP.
Free throws for Joseph Cervantes.
So Cervantes will be given free throws here for the Maroons. Cervantes bounces it in, extends the lead to 2. And Marvin Cruz just trying to ice it up, keep the pain down, as he most likely will see action in the fourth quarter. Cervantes, second free throw. Extends the lead to 3 once again. 53-50 our score. LaSalle has the ball. Casio, nobody guarding him, so he'll just jog it up court. There's a 7-second difference between shots and game clock. CY Tang bounces it inside to Benitez, tipped away by J.R. Reyes. 12 to shoot for the Green Archers.
So there's a 6.6 seconds differential from the shot clock and the game clock. So if UP can play their cards right, they will have the last possession here and of this ball at the end of the third quarter.
Sharma gets it from the corner, baseline against Reyes. Sharma backs his way, turnaround jumper, in and out. Rebound Tabique. They've got 10 seconds to get a shot off. John Tabique drives all the way to the basket, loses control, but it's last touch by a Green Archer.
A chance for them to take the last shot. More than enough time for them. UP 53. They're still up by 3 points against De La Salle University's 50. So things are going right for them. Again for UP here towards the closing seconds of the third quarter.
David almost lost control. 3 seconds on the clock. David, baseline jumper, gets it to go before the shot. Before the clock expires, as Nestor David completes that play for the Fighting Maroons and keeps the 5-point lead for UP against the Green Archers. Don't go away. An exciting ball game here at the Big Dome, the Araneta Coliseum. We'll be back with the fourth after a short break. Here we go. Fasten your seatbelts. 5-point lead for the Fighting Maroons, courtesy of this last-second jumper from Nestor David, trickling in for the Fighting Maroons to extend it to a 55-50 advantage for State University. J.R. Reyes tips it all the way out of bounds. It's going to be LaSalle ball in our quarter scoring. The Green Archers actually caught up 4 points there in the third quarter.
That's right, and the UP Fighting Maroons are scoring well in today's ball game. After the first quarter, they only scored 11, but they limited LaSalle to only 10. And the field goals in the third quarter, 6 of 15, close to 50% for UP, and close to 50% as well for the Green Archers, 8 of 17.
Another miss for LaSalle. UP pushing it up. Tabique will call the play for the Maroons. Tabique against Casio. Cross court to Nestor David. He made one to end the third quarter, and he makes one to start the fourth. Nestor David gives UP a 7-point lead. Let's go now to Hazel Aguilon for an update on LaSalle.
Yes, an injury report on Manny Ramos. Apparently, someone from the UP Maroons hit his left arm and hit a nerve. And he couldn't move his hand earlier. He couldn't move his arm, and he was feeling numb. Well, later, they will be taking an X-ray. And unfortunately, he won't be back for this game. Back to you, Jude and Ryan.
A scary moment for the Green Archers. Once you hit nerves and you can't move your arm, that's very scary. As Sophie Almeida misses a jumper. And looks like the last touch by LaSalle. So UP starting out well here in the fourth quarter. They have a 7-point lead with 8:49 left.
And they should play possession basketball right now. I'm not saying that they should play defensive basketball, but they should go to the guys who are really hot in today's ball game. And when you talk about hot players, you talk about the Beat. They have scored 15 points already. And now he's going to the line once again. So the best player offensively for UP is the Beat. 15 points again coming off the bench. And for De La Salle University, if there is no Macardona, UP should realize that it's either Sharma or JB Casio will take the shot, or even Yo. So kailangan madepensahan ng mabuti ni Coach Lito Vergara yun. That was a nice reverse angle. And Coach Franz Umar is looking for an antidote on how to defend the red-hot David.
You know, this guy really has impressed me a lot. I mean, not only, although he did miss that free throw, but not only does he score for Coach Lito Vergara. He looks good doing it. He's very smooth. He just kind of floats in the air. I mean, some players, you just like watching it. This is one of the guys you like watching, although you didn't like watching those two missed free throws if you're a UP fan. Ahead to Kabatu. Kabatu puts on the brakes out to Joseph Yo. Left-handed drive for Yo. The pass to Walsham. Walsham, the jumper doesn't go. Last touch by Sharma, and it's UP ball.
So still nothing here in the third quarter for UP, and no signs of Macardona coming back for Coach Franz Gumaren. And UP looking good defensively again. They're up by 7 points, 57-50, tied down to 8 and 10 here in the fourth quarter.
Nestor David all the way to the basket, and J.R. Reyes right there to clean up with the Maroons and finish back to a 9-point lead for UP. Tolasal looking for answers here in the fourth quarter. Still lots of time to go, but they're down by 9. Joseph Yo for 3. That's short. Rebound J.R. Reyes. Reyes now with 8 rebounds in the ball game to go along with 8 points. Tabique with the ball against Casio. Tabique gets the screen, picked up by Kabatu. Ahead to Cervantes. Cervantes tries to find some space. Ahead to David. David with the ball inside to J.R. Reyes. The shot doesn't go. Rebound Sharma. Still a 9-point lead for the Maroons. Here's Lasal on offense. Yo on the right side. With the ball out to Kabatu. Kabatu 3-point area, hands off to Yo. Left-handed drive, and he dragged his pivot foot, so he commits a turnover here. Joseph Yo has not gotten into the rhythm of this ball game. He'll be spotted as the next campus girl of the game. Bring home 2 prizes from Camiseta.
Well, defense holding court for UP right now, and in comes Macardona. So the riddle is a lot easier for Coach Lito Vergara to solve every time the South plays offense. Well, everything goes right for offense for UP. The biggest lead they've experienced in the fourth quarter, 62-50, and LaSalle is in trouble.
Less than 7 minutes left. LaSalle has called a timeout here for our Nescafe break time. Masarap sa break time. Don't go away. Another upset is in the making here at the Araneta Coliseum. Let's take a look at this Lipton Ice Tea 3-point shot. And the Fighting Maroons are alive and kicking here at the Araneta Coliseum. Topi Almeida giving UP a 12-point lead with this Lipton Ice Tea 3-point shot. Brought to you by Lipton, the official ice tea of the UAAP. And this is danger zone for the Green Archers. They have a golden opportunity to fall within half a game of Ateneo and actually 1 game of SEU. And they are down by 12 with less than 7 minutes to go here in the game. Mac Macardona back in the fold to replace Joseph Yo.
And just to go back to my point before, I was rudely interrupted by the 3-point shot of Almeida. It's gonna be easier. The riddle is easier for Coach Lito Vergara because Macardona is there. So if aside from Carlos Sharma, Macardona will demand the ball. That is why Jerry Baños is used inside to play defense, denial defense against Macardona.
Almeida with the ball, back to Marvin Cruz. Cruz against T.Y. Tan. Good spin move by Marvin Cruz. Ibanez open for 3. That one's missed. Sharma with the rebound. Ahead to Mac Cardona. Cardona against Ibanez. Cardona, the floating jumper. The floating teardrop shot, which he always makes. Gets another 2 points. Lead is down to 8. Full court pressure for the Green Archers. Marvin Cruz, this pass almost stolen, but Ibanez gets it. UP an 8-point lead. Less than 6 minutes left here in the ball game. Here's Ibanez out to Almeida. Takes the 3, steps one foot in, and hits the shot for the UP Fighting Maroons.
So the scrambling defense of LaSalle is not really good for them because they're making a lot of gambles on defense and a lot of scoring opportunities. Wide open shot this time around for Almeida again.